do 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 do.
Hello and welcome to Harry Potter Happy Hour. I am Belligerent Lestrange.
And I am Albus Dumbledrunk.
And we are two rabid Harry Potter fans that wanted to go a little deeper into the world. The main purpose with this podcast is to sort of really delve into the things that come up at parties when you bring up Harry Potter to other people who love the books. About the movie, what are our favorite characters, what should have really happened.
What do we really feel about Pottermore?
Yeah, thank you, yes, the whole gamut.
And to make things interesting, we, being the adults that we are, decided to make it a drinking podcast.
Yes.
So currently we are drinking butterbeer, which has been actually quite successful, and we'll post the recipe that we used to our various social media sites. So if you are at home, please join us. If you are driving and listening to this podcast, as is a very popular thing to do, especially here in LA.
Do not join us.
Definitely do not. And if you're underage, definitely do not. But the rest of you sitting lonely in your apartments, pour yourself a drink and drink along with us.
So another thing we've decided to try to do, just to make this a little bit more fun for us and for you if you want to join in, is a drinking game. So what I'm going to do in a minute is send Lauren out, and I am going to tell you the secret word I've chosen that I'm going to drink on every time Lauren says it, and then we'll trade, and she'll tell you which word she's decided to drink on. Did I explain that?
Yeah, I think it's
well.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, get out of here. I've decided to go with Dudley for today because we're going to try to get into the Dursleys a little bit, so hopefully that'll be a good one.
Okay, anytime that Belligerent talks about Ginny Weasley, which is her favorite character, I'm going to drink. Come back in!
Okay, so now that we have that solidified, we are going to get right into something that I think is important to know about Harry Potter fans. You totally have whipped cream on your face.
I know,
awesome.
I see that. I feel it.
I think it's important that we sort of prove ourselves as fans.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about our nerdiest Harry Potter moments.
Yeah. Well, and first, I just want to create a visual for the audience, which is that Belligerent and I are currently sitting on my bedroom floor drinking butterbeer, both wearing witches' hats and both with wands. So I think already there, we're in a good place.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah.
I did want to mention quickly that part of the impetus for this podcast was that we, the early 20-somethings, are now drinking age. And so Harry Potter fans have come up. We're ready for our butterbeers and our fire whiskeys. We want to get it on.
Yeah, we are adults. We used air quotes. You can't
Yes.
see them. I use them.
Although if we were in England or Harry Potter world, we would
That's
be already drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drinking age in the wizarding world is something that we'll have to talk about at a later date,
Yeah,
because that's always a question.
Yeah, there is not one, is my understanding.
Yeah. But yeah, so for nerdiest Harry Potter moments, that's what we're talking about. A couple things come to mind. I mean, from the fourth book release and the I think third movie release, I was going to the midnight showings and releases for every single book and movie.
Yes, I was
as
midnight
of age.
showing as well.
Did you dress up?
Of course.
Yes.
So I'll piggyback on yours, is that my mom worked at a Borders from, I think, the same time, the fourth book or fifth book release to the end. She worked at a Borders. So Borders threw a midnight party, a release party for all the Harry Potter books. So I actually got enlisted to help out with the party. So I was Tonks every time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Loved Tonks.
Okay. Yeah. No, I remember the fourth book release actually was at a Borders that I went to.
Yes.
And you got like almost basically like a deli counter ticket.
Yeah.
For like the number, and I was number 434. I remember that so well. Because it was like, we waited for hours for it. And then from there, me and my sister, who was a big part of my Harry Potter experience, would just go up to Massachusetts to visit my grandparents whenever the books came out and get at their like local bookshop, which would only have 20 people at the midnight releases. But they still did it, which was amazing. And that's actually where I got my first wand. It was like a hand-carved, like artisanal wand that someone local Massachusetts had made. But I think the story that I like to tell the most about my sort of dedication to dressing up for midnight releases was there. I don't remember which movie it was for. It may have been the fourth movie. I was 13 or 14 at the time.
Sorry. Down the wrong pipe. Okay, go back. You don't know which midnight release was.
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure which midnight release it was. It was for a movie, though, and not a book. And I remember me and my sister and my middle school friend, Morgan, were all going to go to this midnight release. I'm almost positive it was the fourth movie. And we all get dressed up in our garb. I have gone as a Hufflepuff student every time I've dressed up. You know, I print out the badge from online. I, pin it on my jacket.
This is something that we'll talk about at a later date. Everyone who's ever met Lauren, the first thing they say is that she's Ravenclaw, and she has it in her head that she's Hufflepuff.
I get Gryffindor a lot, too. Pottermore sorted me into Gryffindor, which, again, we'll get into.
I see it. I totally see it. You are a beautiful angel mermaid, and everything about you is the best thing that's ever happened, and you're the bravest, kindest soul I've ever met.
That's a hard sell for me.
Please go on. Please go on.
So me and my sister and my friend were going to this midnight release, but it was the same night as a concert that we'd already bought tickets for, and the concert was Coheed and Cambria, which is like a kind of hardcore prog rock band. It's like big guys, long hair and beards, and their audience is basically that as well. And so we just, for the sake of efficiency, decided to go to this concert in our Harry Potter outfits.
Oh, amazing.
So it's like two 13-year-old girls and one 16-year-old girl in Harry Potter costume at a Coheed and Cambria concert, and I have this very strong visual memory of sitting on the subway with my sister in New York and drawing the dark mark on her arm.
Yes,
she was going as a Death Eater.
Yeah, I did the same thing for my friend who wanted to go as Bellatrix. Drew the dark mark for her.
It is the only thing I can draw.
Yeah, to this day I can draw Skull perfectly, and it's because the dark mark.
With the snake coming out of it. Mm-hmm.
So, as far as midnight releases go, yes, I was there for every single one of them, always dressed up. But
Tonks?
As Tonks, I feel like I might have slipped in a Hermione or a Ginny here and there, just depending. Actually, as recently as last year, I was dressing up as Ginny. So,
good.
I mean, it's going to continue. It's not, I make it sound like this is like a thing of my past, that I did as a kid, a silly kid.
No, a lifelong commitment.
Oh, yeah, totally. So, my brothers and I carved our own wands.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the kind of family I grew up in. Is my dad was always like, well, we could make it ourselves. You know what I mean? So we carved our own wands. I'm sure there's one still hanging around the basement of my parents' house, out of sticks, and went to the midnight releases. But by far, and guys, this is the first, Lauren here, Dumbledrunk, is my best friend, and this might be the first time she's hearing this story.
Oh, yay.
And part of me saved it because I knew we were going to do this podcast. My brothers and I were really into Dungeons and Dragons. But what happened was my older brother couldn't get us to play Dungeons and Dragons because there are 9 million rules. So he invented a game that was a simplified version of Dungeons and Dragons, still a role-playing game that we called Mania. And you could apply Mania to any world. So we played Pokemon Mania. We played, Fantasy Mania. We played all kinds. And then we thought, Harry Potter Mania.
Oh my god, amazing.
We invented a Harry Potter role-playing game where this is the only one in which I was the dungeon master because I was pro Harry Potter. I drew out maps. I went insane for it. I loved Harry Potter Mania. They got to, they went shopping, they did the whole thing, got to pick their families, were they Muggle-born, were they wizards, what was their backstory, where'd they grow up, and we went through the whole thing, but what happened was that I got so into it that I started writing out every single lesson plan for every class they took every day of the game. So we couldn't even, in hindsight, we should have just done a simple rolling for each day to see how they did overall in the classes. But, oh my god, I had a little typewriter that, I had gotten at Goodwill, and I was obsessed with this electric typewriter, and I would type out fucking herbology lesson plans all day.
Oh my god, I have a website for you. Continue, but I have a website for you.
It got so complicated where I was making dozens and dozens of lesson plans. I had books full of potions that I invented and all this stuff. So it got to the point where it would take me a week to prepare for one day of playing because I was so in-depth. I was so committed. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. That's one of the best Harry Potter stories I think I've heard in terms of commitment.
It was so much fun. It was so, I would encourage anyone out there who's into role-playing to please create a version of Harry Potter role-playing And if you come up with a better system than I had as a 12-year-old, then please send it to me, please.
This was like pre-Tumblr, when
This was...
on which a lot of people do role-playing stuff. So the fact that you were, do you still have all the lessons?
I'm sure I do, and I am in a filing cabinet at my parents' house. I had a filing cabinet that I shoved everything into. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. There is actually a website. I think it's called hogwartsishere.com. I'm not totally sure on that. But it came out maybe like a year and a half ago. And it's literally a website on which you can take lessons and basically go through like the curriculum of Hogwarts. And you get sorted and you have homework and you go through these lessons. Someone put this together. And my favorite thing about this was I heard about this through, like BuzzFeed or Tumblr or some website. And I go to the website, and it is modeled exactly off of the website of my alma mater, William & Mary, which has been named by multiple magazines as the #1 school in America for Harry Potter fans.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So I'm convinced.
You
I know
even
if you're
chose
listening.
your college. You chose your college off of Harry Potter. Oh my god.
Yeah. And there was a Quidditch team. I went to a couple Quidditch games in college. Oh yeah. They were brutal.
Dying.
They were brutal. Very rough games.
I would love to play Quidditch.
Yeah. I played Quidditch actually a little bit in middle school.
We never really got that far.
I'm not very athletic though, so it didn't go very well.
Okay, you have more whipped cream on your face.
How is that possible?
Okay, it's down closer to your lip. A little closer. Right there. That's the ticket.
Thank you.
So, I am going to take a break here so you can drink a little, because you've been talking a lot.
Okay.
And I'm actually just going to take the Pottermore quiz. Would you describe me as hot-blooded or quick-tempered?
Yeah, because I describe myself as such.
Yeah, it's passionate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm sarcastic and cutting, for sure.
Okay. How do you cheat when you play solitaire?
What's a panhandler?
Beggars. Like homeless people.
Oh. Ooh, did you pick merciful or just?
Just.
I know, I kind of feel like I would rather be just also.
Oh, which house would you want to be sorted in? That's just mean.
How many are there?
At least 121, which is what I'm on.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. I got Slytherin.
What? Hold on.
What? Gryffindor.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you got Gryffindor and I got Slytherin. Wait, okay, what are your percentages?
Okay, let's look.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten Gryffindor most frequently, and when I first did Pottermore, I got Gryffindor, and then made another Pottermore account specifically so I would be sorted into Hufflepuff, and I just, did the quiz the way I knew it would turn out in Hufflepuff, which, in retrospect, is a very Slytherin thing to do.
It is.
So,
it's manipulative.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe, weirdly enough, the only one I've never gotten is Ravenclaw.
So this is a really exciting week to be releasing a Harry Potter podcast because a lot of things have been coming out. One of them is that J.K. Rowling discussed the Dursleys and released some new information about them. And the other one is the play.
The Cursed Child.
The Cursed Child.
Yes. Which J.K. Rowling has made very, very clear on Twitter that it is not a prequel.
Not a prequel.
But it deals with James and Lily Potter.
So it's like...
So it is a prequel.
By definition, that's a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a prequel. We're getting a prequel. So here's my take on it, is that, I implicitly trust J.K. Rowling. I trust her to the nth degree. She's, brought us so far. I want to believe it's going to be something that I love and fits perfectly into the canon and just is another amazing addition to the series, but I'm hesitant.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. And I also think, Pottermore and sort of post-Harry Potter life will have to be discussed at a later date in terms of the information that's been released. All of the fact that, we keep getting new information about the characters, about the plot is an interesting, unusual thing.
It started with gay Dumbledore, right? That was the first landslide that we were
Which, to me, was a great announcement because it put into perspective all of the stuff with Grindelwald. Yeah. It all of a sudden wasn't that he was just this misled youth, but that he was in love with this guy who misled him, which I think is a much more powerful thing to play. Yeah,
I agree.
So Belligerent and I actually won 2 tickets to London from Delta, which is kind of amazing. Hi, Delta. Thank you. And I think that we should delay our trip to go see The Cursed Child.
Yes, I agree 100%.
And casting will be interesting to watch because, I mean, let's call a spade. James Potter's supposed to be really hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they really need to cast someone who's like, you know, who's really hot.
You know what I was remembering as I read The Chamber of Secrets is how fucking hot Tom Riddle is.
In the movie.
That was perfect casting.
And then in the later kind of, the later movies and the flashbacks, they don't get that same actor. But I always loved the idea of, I mean, anytime that Tom Riddle's mentioned, it's like, you know, young Voldemort being this very charming, very attractive guy. And that totally was sold for me in the second book, particularly, like, you know, kind of being this guy who, like, charms Ginny and... Yeah, that guy was...
100%.
I wonder what happened to him.
Where is he?
Where is he now?
Call us.
Call us.
Has your drinking game come up at all?
Yeah, a couple times.
Really?
Has yours not?
It's not even a little bit. Do you need a refill?
Probably, yeah.
Should we pause?
We don't have any more butterbeer.
Oh, we don't have any?
No, that was all of it. I mean, we can make some more, but... So you were talking about how she released some new info on the Dursleys. I don't think I saw that. Do you want to...
Oh, did you not see this?
I don't think so.
So it was about why the Dursleys hated the Potters and why... I completely lost my train of thought. We're 2 butterbeers in, and I'm completely lost my train of thought.
That's what it's about.
About the Dursleys.
And why they hated the Potters.
Yeah, Vernon and Petunia, and what's their son's name?
Dudley Dursley? Is that his name? Oh, I see.
Conversation.
Okay. How many times am I going to say Dudley Dursley?
Well, I didn't want to be drunk, but here we are.
Yeah, I chose Ginny, so...
Nice,
No.
So you got a couple in.
I got a couple in.
Yeah, nice. Well done.
I have sort of adopted my own version of the Dursleys based off of this fan theory I saw a few months ago that I loved. So, you know, the Dursleys, everyone knows,
also,
are pretty...
For the record, the first time we made this butterbeer, Lauren put the ginger ale in with the drink. She cooked it in with it. And now the second round that we're having, we poured it in after, like the recipe says.
Is it better?
It's weird. It's totally different. It's like fizzier.
Yeah, well, the carbonation.
Yeah.
Also, this round has a lot of bourbon in it. So things are only going to improve.
Great.
Yeah, so this fan theory was talking about why the Dursleys were as miserable as they are. And it was this thought that, as we saw in the 7th book with Ron especially, I mean with all of them, but it affected Ron the most, when you're in constant close contact with a Horcrux, it has a negative effect on you. And Harry Potter, spoiler alert, is a Horcrux. Did he have some sort of negative effect on the Dursleys?
I thought I was going to burp, but I'm not going to. I was going to burp, I was right.
Yep.
Audio illustration here, just eating whipped cream.
Yep. With little butterscotch syrup. Did you drizzle the butterscotch syrup?
I didn't because I was like, Anna,
it's a lot of sugar.
Do not pick up that sticky syrup. Lauren's going to come back in here and stick to her kitchen like flypaper. Now I'd be like, it's because I touched the syrup, I'm sorry.
Turns out it's very easy to make, which is
Call
wonderful.
9/11, get the jaws of life, pry your feet off the floor, it'd be a whole thing.
Call 9/11.
I was thinking about 9/11 because you said something about current events and why the Dursleys are angry. And I was like, are the Dursleys mad because of 9/11? I don't know. I don't know what happened.
911 is what you were
That's what I meant to say.
Or for our British listeners, 999, which is what is in England.
Oh, that's very fancy, Lauren. Have you been to England?
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Your favorite book and why?
Okay, it's dumb. It's really dumb.
Okay.
The 5th book, which is everyone's hated book.
Controversial, okay.
Everyone hates the 5th book. And the reason why I like it is because it's the only one I had on tape. And I love books on tape. I knit, I play video games, I do anything. I love being aurally stimulated. Big big cartoonish wink while I do other things, and so I listened to the fifth book like 30 times. Like, I have that fucking thing memorized.
It's a long one, too. It's like, that's gotta be a good
It's long
7
and
or 8
angsty.
hours.
He's pubic, and he's crazy, and he's angry.
Yeah.
It's not a way we use that word, but he's just like furious, and like, it's not Harry Potter to get upset about not being made prefect. Like, what is that? Like, he shouldn't be upset about it.
But anyway.
Hit me with your favorite book.
My favorite book is the 6th book, I would have to say. I love all of the flashbacks. I love all the pensive stuff where you get to see all of Voldemort's past craziness. On a lighter note, the book in which Ron and Hermione really start to go towards
get together.
Yeah, being together, which they are one of my biggest OTPs, which means one-true pairing, like one of my biggest ships. And I know that they're not super popular. I know that J.K. Rowling herself has even said some things against them, but I love them forever, and I love the way that they kind of awkwardly flirt around each other in the 6th book.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And actually rereading The Chamber of Secrets now, where it kind of, it doesn't start necessarily because they're so young, but like...
But she puts her elbow in the oatmeal, or the porridge.
Yes, well, she has a huge crush on him, and then he friggin' saves her goddamn life! Like, it's just...
At 12!
It's beautiful.
I mean, this is what boggles my mind now about Harry Potter, looking back on it.
By the way, I keep looking at your hat and thinking that we have a dog now. For some reason, I've been looking at it and being
I have an official
there's a little bit dog.
Harry Potter Hogwarts hat.
We're both in full regalia.
Velvet-ish.
Should I put mine back on?
Yeah.
Mine makes
but it is kind of like curved. It's a little bit of like a wonky hat, so it does kind of look like a creature.
Character.
It is character. Yeah, for sure.
Does it look like a dog? No. Am I a little drunk? Yeah.
It looks enough like a dog.
Yeah.
Is it what's it called? It's not the Omen. Whatever the black dog is in the third book when everyone...
it's an omen, but it's the...
what is it called?
It starts with a G, right?
Does it?
I'm gonna Google it.
No.
Grim.
The Grim. You were right. The Grim. Yeah. My hat looks like maybe out of the corner of your eye like the Grim.
Ooh, a tiny little Grim.
Is one of us gonna die? Maybe?
Don't say that!
Sorry.
This is the only episode of this podcast we ever record because
we
one of
both
us
seen
dies.
the Grim and now we're gonna die. Isn't that also the plot of Scream, though? Or not Scream, Final Destination? Is that
Yeah.
one
We
of those
saw the
movies.
Omen and now we're both gonna die in a roller coaster.
Exactly. Just avoid roller coasters.
I've never seen Final Destination.
I haven't either.
That's pretty sure what that's
I'm making things up, yeah.
Okay, so 5th and 6th.
5th and 6th, yeah.
That's good to know.
Right in the middle.
The great thing about this is we're learning about each other.
We are.
As we learned about Harry Potter.
And we would love to learn about you guys as well.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap this up by posing the question to you. What is your nerdiest Harry Potter fan moment?
Yeah, so please share them. We're at harrypotterhappyhour.tumblr.com as well as harrypotterhappyhour@gmail.com.
We're at HP Happy Hour on Twitter. This is all about fan culture, so we really want to bond with you guys.
We're going to get into it.
We're going to dip more than our toes into this pensieve.
Yeah, we're going to... Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, and once again, I am Albus Dumbledrunk, otherwise known as Lauren Shippen.
I am Belligerent Lestrange, otherwise known as Anna Laurie. Raise a glass. And a good night to you all. Nitwit, blubber, oddment, drink.